Well, as bizarre as this problem is, I couldn't get a controller card to make anything act any better. But the one obvious thing that, you know, anybody troubleshooting such issues should take is I didn't try it with just one floppy drive. So let's disconnect this drive. I don't need two drives on this machine anyway, I guess. We'll try it with just this floppy drive. We're connected back to the board. Let's power him on and see what happens. We'll have to reset the BIOS again. Get in there and set that properly. And we'll save that. We'll let it boot and we'll see what it comes up with. The primary slave should be this zip drive, but the zip drive might be a TAPI instead of straight IDE, so it's not able to come up with, not able to be on the board. Or may not be able to communicate with standard, just straight IDE. Still thinks it's a 5 1/4 inch floppy. Isn't that fantastic? Let's see if it'll read this disc. Let's see what it tries to do. 360K. 5 1/4. Yeah, this is certainly not working right. Let's get out of there. Alright, let's see if it'll boot from a floppy with CD-ROM support. And we'll see if we can't reinstall Windows 95 and see if we can't inject the necessary drivers during installation. I wonder if that's going to work. I don't know. First, let's power off this machine. I'm going to use a Gotek for that because I know I have the boot image for CD-ROM on here. Move this drive out of the way. Okay, just for the sake of simplicity, we'll remove this zip drive as well. Put him aside. Then we will connect this CD-ROM drive to the second IDE channel. And then put power to it. That's pretty warm, but not unbearably so. All right, let's turn him on. Win98 boot image there. Let's go in here and set the floppy like so. Let's see if this okay. Let's see if this boots from the Gotek here, which you can see there in the camera. There goes the drive test. Now it's going to auto detect the hard drive. Hopefully. All right. That should be okay. I'm not touching anything. I'm letting it go on about its business at its own pace. I have to remind myself that this is hard disks fail. CMOS battery failed. Of course CMOS battery failed. We'll just go on. They recognize both. And it looks like it's booting from the Gotek. We can see from this screen it shows 256K of cache. And judging by the chips that are on the board right here, it seems correct. Is there a jumper setting on the board that I'm missing? I don't know, because he's seems to be hung here. We'll Control Alt Delete him. We'll see if he acts better. Okay. Not any different information so far. We know the CMOS battery is dead. Let's turn this off and make sure all of our jumpers are right. Hard drive is set to master instead of single, and it is single. Well, I set it to single. That should perhaps help things along a little. Turn it back on and try it again. Love that drive's power up noise. Okay. It is reading the Gotek. Looks like it's reading it just fine. It found the CD-ROM drive. Which it's named Banana. And drive R. There's already a Windows 95 disk in there. Let's see what we can do. There's already a Windows 95 directory on this hard drive. It's reading that just fine as well. Okay. All right, let's get the driver files from the compact flash card on here. You wouldn't have to finagle a few things, but you guys can be around for that. Let's turn this off now that we have it booting from floppy. Well, from Gotek anyway. Let's unplug this. Unplug that. We're not going to need this cable, or I don't know. Let's move this over here. The CD-ROM drive is set to just slave, which is fantastic, and it is upside down. There we go. We will plug him in as the slave drive on the primary channel, and we'll set the hard drive back to master, otherwise it won't work properly. Because I need the secondary IDE channel for the compact flash adapter. Now, where's the compact flash card? Well, let's get this situated. And I'm going to find that card. All right, you can see my stack here. Got the CD-ROM drive, then the hard drive, and then the Gotek on top. We'll see if this USB floppy emulator will still work. It should. See if we can get ourselves booted here. We know this. Gotek doesn't seem to care that it's set in the BIOS as a 1.2 meg 5 1/4. It's going to boot a 1.44 meg floppy image anyway, because it has a job to do, and it has done that job. Now I wonder if that second drive is drive D. It appears so. All right. Let's go back to A. Now let's go to C. We're going to run a Windows 95 setup. You guys have probably seen this before. What is it? Compressed volume or disk cache utility. Well, we don't need that. Let's rethink this entire setup. Let's turn this off. We're going to use a different hard drive. Just a moment. Okay, just in case the drive overlay on that other drive is giving us trouble, I will use this little Fujitsu model M1606TAU. This is a little more than 1,000 megabytes. 1,089 or somewhere in there. It will format out less than that, of course. The jumpers have been set already on this drive. We'll connect them. We'll connect it back like we had the other one. Now we'll power on the system and see what we can do. Drive's a little noisier than the Western Digital we were using. It is a little bit older too. Oh, we don't care about that. We'll leave it all as auto. All right. Seems to be booting without any trouble at all. That's the compact flash card. Okay. Yeah, why not? No space for a... Oh, well, what's on there? Something non-DOS? That's bizarre. Okay, do I have a Windows 95 boot image on here? DOS 622. Windows 98. Well, let's try the DOS 622. Control-Alt-Delete this. None of the settings in the BIOS is going to matter. So we'll let it restart. We'll see what's on that boot image. He's booting from it. Oh, what's on you? IDE info is what we got on there. Handy. Not for what we need, but handy. Still non-DOS. Well, let's just do this properly. Remove that, and then we'll make another partition. Make it active. There's primary DOS. And then the machine will go through a soft restart, which it's doing right now. I'm going to let this format. This is going to take a little while. All right. He is formatted. Volume label, I don't think we need one. All right, C drive should not have anything on it. I'm going to make directory for MD. Win95, R drive. Apparently I don't have CD-ROM stuff. CD-ROM drivers installed just yet. We'll get there though. Three-finger salute this guy. Oh, 1087 megabytes. Here we go. Drive R. I want to copy everything to the directory or folder we just made. I'm going to let this copy. I think this video has gone on long enough. This will be a multi-parter. In the next video, we'll install Windows 95 and see if we can't get things working. I thank you for joining me, and have a good day. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Retro Room. This is the part 2 of this Pentium 60 Socket 4 build. We have the machine booted up here. We're going to go to the install folder, run setup from there. It still has a compressed volume or disk cache utility. No, we're not going to mess with that right now. I'm going to let it boot into DOS here. Copy the system files to drive C. Then now it should boot off of the hard drive. Which is what we want it to do. I'm going to plug in a floppy drive. Just because it's going to look for one. Man, that hard drive is loud. Wait for it to try to auto detect everything, which we're going to let it do because yeah, that's fine. Just do it. There's that dynamic overlay. Wonder what's been going on with that drive. How very curious. Do I have the on-track drive overlay disk? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I found it. I don't exactly remember how this works, but do we go at it from here, or looks like it? Sector not found. That's a lot of fun. Let's set this right. The LED's still on the floppy drive. Well, not now. It's booting the on-track disk. Oh, that brings back memories. Not necessarily good ones, but brings back memories. Disk Manager has determined that MBR reads on this drive are being redirected to another record. This could indicate the presence of other hard disk partitioning software. This could also be caused by a virus. Press F1 for more information and suggestions on how to proceed. Two options at this point. Press Alt-C to continue Disk Manager with this condition. Press any other key to cancel this operation. I'm trying to remove on-track Disk Manager. Please register this software. How about no? Press Enter. Advanced options. Maintenance. Well, I don't want to low level the drive. Remove. Unable to remove file. Let's exit the Disk Manager. Oh, do I have a... Let's go old school with an MS-DOS 622 boot disk. If this disk still works. It's been a while since I've even tried it. booted from the C drive. It doesn't like that disk. Well, the on-track disk overlay didn't come up. We'll see what happens here. Looks like it's working just fine. Maybe running the on-track disk cleaned up the master boot record on the hard drive. I don't trust it. Is it the drive or is it my disks? It's hard to say. I'm hitting abort. Why are you still trying? This one has a very official looking label on it. Seems to work. Clear the master boot record on the hard drive. Now we'll do this properly. A little more trustworthy that way. Now this will start a Windows 95 setup. You all don't want to sit around for that, I'm pretty sure. So this will take a little while. I'll be back when this gets a little closer to being done.